Welcome to Loot Locales, a series which highlights the most significant resource areas in Fallout. In today's video, we'll be diving into Big Maw and its surrounding area, uncovering brain fungus clusters, mutated flora, and creatures that serve as an easy farm for challenges. As we start, I want to note I might venture a bit outside exact boundaries in order to capture the nearby resources and opportunities. So let's dive in. Though maybe not from this height. This is Big Maw, a rocky outcrop with a watery, sunken center. It's clear that Mothman cultists once used this site for ritual sacrifice. More recently, it serves as a resource haven for survivors of the wasteland. At first glance, one might think the steamer trunk is the site's primary loot, but it isn't. The floater ambush and steamer trunk serve as a red herring. The true reward of Big Maw lies not in its depths, but in the encircling perimeter. These floaters, however, are not without their purpose. The location offers one of the best opportunities to complete floater-related challenges. You might find it worth remembering that 6 total floaters can be found at this location, because it seems that floater-based challenges will appear multiple times per season. Their resources, such as the floater flamer pus and toxic sacks, are valuable for crafting grenades or scrapping for their resources. But again, the true loot of this area lies beyond the initial chaos. One of the biggest tells of Mothman cultist activity in this area are all the bone and bone shards left behind. Here, you'll find your favorite human bone types, from femur to ribcage. Players who use a flamer may find this area notable for its bone shards, though Big Maw is ranked 4th in Mappalachia for its concentration of bone scrap. But this is only the beginning of what Big Maw has to offer. Next, we encounter what is Big Maw's most plentiful and inspiring resource, brain fungus. This luminous, otherworldly plant grows in abundance here, with over 100 clusters scattered across the area. For those determined to master the art of farming, I want to briefly show you my path, a route that I carefully crafted and later, over countless visits, memorized and optimized. I want to highlight this particular area that features a dense cluster of 10 brain fungus. This is a short path you can take from the spawn point of Big Maw. Simply turn around and follow the brain fungus clusters upward. Make sure to take care of any floaters when you get here, because they will notice you. It's the brain fungus at Big Maw that mainly inspired this video, and I find this farm to be much more desirable than dumpster diving at the White Spring. Make no mistake, Big Maw is hands down the best location in Fallout 76 for brain fungus. Often placed beside this brain fungus are small clusters of mutated fern flower. Though less numerous, these flowers are essential for crafting certain herbivore recipes, making them highly sought after by specialized builds. Using Mappalachia and sorting by cluster mode, we can see that Big Maw wins again for having the most mutated fern flower. As an herbivore build, when I see mutated fern flower, I think more carry weight and more agility. Of course, be sure to equip Green Thumb when picking any flora to get twice the amount. Further west, we find one of Big Maw's hidden dangers, Wendigo spawns. These cryptids are not a guaranteed sight, but when they appear, about 1/3 of the time, they do so in force. Up to 3 Wendigos can spawn here at once, providing an excellent opportunity to complete cryptid-related challenges. 2 of them are perched in the branches up the treehouse ramp. The other one is across the river in the tree above. These Wendigos are Appalachia's hangriest creatures. They traverse the plank walkway with ease, and won't run away like other creatures if you happen to be up high. In other words, don't think you're out of harm's way if you're hiding up here. But it's not all terror. Between these 2 Wendigo spawns lies one of the most breathtaking areas in the entire game, a tranquil stream framed by lush vegetation and toxic barrels, an odd juxtaposition of beauty and decay. It's here that I find myself most often pausing to admire the world Bethesda has created. On the opposite side of Big Maw, there are 2 more additional Wendigo spawns. These are by the giant electrical pylon, with the ghouls hanging out by the water down below. Further southeast of Big Maw, there's a tree unlike any other. Here you'll find a single tree with 9 Strangler pods hanging from its branches. It's the densest cluster in the game. They're invaluable for herbivore builds seeking to boost their radiation resistance. And while Strangler pods aren't the most essential resource, if you don't already have a route in mind, they can be hard to farm, which is why this tree is so great. Orienting ourselves back from the Big Maw spawn point, further east, another formidable foe awaits, the Mirelurk Queen. This apex predator is a challenge for even the most seasoned players. What's noteworthy about this Mirelurk Queen is that she has no backup. She spawns alone, which will make taking her down easier than most other places. Finally, we arrive at this chilling landmark, a Mothman cultist altar. This unmarked location, shrouded by mystery, is home to two of the densest brain fungus clusters in the game. There is a bit of irony to these brain fungus clusters, which are placed right beside a group known as the Dim Ones. Whether intentional or not, this area adds a layer of lore to Big Maw. Big Maw is a prime location with a rich mix of loot, challenges to complete, and scenic spots to enjoy. For players willing to learn the layout, it's a resource goldmine. This wraps up the first episode of Loot Locales. I hope you enjoyed this first installment, and that it helps you get the most out of Big Maw. Stay tuned for the next episode. Until then, happy looting, and thank you for watching.